ॐ अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन परमानन्दं सद्गुरुं गुरुब्रह्मा गुरुविष्णु गुरुदेवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। ध्यानमूलं गुरुमूर्ति पूजामूलं गुरुपदं मंत्रमूलं गुरुर्वाक्यं मोक्षमूलं गुरुकृपा। सद्गुरु भगवान की जय, स्वामी जी महाराज की जय। शिवोहम। By the grace of the Universal Master Sadguru, we are taking the 5th stanza of chapter 13. In this stanza, the Lord Krishna, Satchidananda Paramatma, is telling to his disciple Arjun about the shape and nature of the field, Kshetra. महाभूतान्यहंकारो बुद्धिरव्यक्तमेव च इंद्रियाणि दशेकं च पंच इंद्रियः गोचरः। महाभूतानि अहंकारः बुद्धि अव्यक्त एव च इंद्रियाणि दश एकं च पंच च इंद्रिय गोचरः। जरा दरवाजा डाला। My dear Arjun, I am telling to you about the Kshetra and its extensions and what is his nature and the shape. Mahabhutani, it is the 5 great bhutas, the bunch of elements. One is sky, Akash. Second is Vayu, the air. Third is Agni, fire. Fourth is water, Jal. Fifth is earth and its micro effects. Ahankara, it means ego. Buddhi, it means intellect. Avyaktam, it means hidden, the basic nature. Eva, it means also. Tatha, it means and. Dashaha, it means 10. Indriyani, it means the sensory organs and their micro operating system. Indriya, 10 Indriya. One is ear, second is skin, third is eyes, fourth is tongue, taste bud, or fifth is nose. These are 5 knower senses. And the hand, feet, the tongue for voice, and the female and male organs, reproductive organs, and the anus. These are 5 karmendriya, the functional senses. And ekam, it means the mind, mana. Cha, it means and. Panch, it means 5. Indriya gochara, it means the input and output of the senses, as the ear's input is sound and output. Tvacha, skin, is touchability. Eyes, the vision. The tongue, the taste and the rasa. The nose, the odoma and smelling power. So these are the bunch of all these things. This is the field. This is the field. Now this is the worldly meaning, and the collective meaning is that, my dear Arjun, I am telling that 5 great bhutas and the bunch of elements, ego and intellect, and the basic nature with the 10 senses and 3, and they are subjects, 5 knowing senses and 5 working senses, as I tell you in the meanings, and the mind. These are all the constructing structure of Kshetra. My dear friends, the Krishna Sachidananda Paramatma, the master of uncountable millions galaxies, and only ways an installation of billions of universes. In this chapter, he is educating to Arjuna about the field and the field knower. The field is the platform of the Maya, the play of the Maya, and the field knower is the audience of the Maya. Both are mesmerized each other. My dear friends, both are mesmerize each other, and they are create a very, very strong illusion, and they are the enmity of the jiva. The effect of the field is too strong active. The field knower do not know the field, he really involved in the field mesmerism. So this is the Krishna's teachings second channel in 1 to 4 stanza. The Krishna giving the outline knowledge about the field and field knower. Now the Krishna is giving a deep knowledge of field. Now Krishna want to give, the Sadguru want to give some subjective knowledge about the field, the clarity and clarification, and the very easily he wants to describe. The Krishna is telling to Arjuna, my dear Arjun, this is 5 Mahabhutas, as I say: sky, air, fire, water, earth. These 5 Mahabhutas, they create the physical body and physical body of all the nature. Trees, stones, rivers, atmosphere, planets to planets, they make this. And especially in your body, they make your physical body. And the second thing Krishna is telling this stanza, that is ego. Because ego is the king of these all structure. Ahankar. Then Krishna is telling intellect. Intellect is a byproduct, is a generation of ego. And what is the all in this structure? Their invisible functional nature, mool prakriti, abhyaktam. The basic nature of each and everything is different. But they comes together, the nature is changed. The basic nature of sky is only space. He never involved in anything, but he give the space. He is the house owner. The air is giving the base for consciousness of life, like respiration, like catabolism, metabolism, etc. The fire, there is air, there is fire, there is water, but fire do not off. Fire continuously go on with the life. So I say, then they come together, that is a miraculous structure, construct, that is called the physical body. Fire is presence in body, but the fire do not burn the body. The water is presence in the body, but water do not decay or decompose the body. Earth is in the body, but earth do not make the movement of inertia or inertia of the stability. So my dear friend, this is the meaning of the Mool Prakriti, the basic nature. And the 10 sensory organs. 5 Gyanendriya, it means the senses for knowing, and 5 senses for doing. The ear, the skin, the eye, the tongue, the nose, these are 5 senses of knowing. And the tongue for talking, hand, feet, male and female genital organs, and anus. These are 5 functional senses. And all this collectiveness, there is one hidden force, that is called a man, that is called a mind. And all the 5 senses, they are knowing senses. They have the subject, and they have their functional powers, and they have their limits. They have their own field, that is called the subject of a Vishay. Ear's subject is sound. Skin's subject is sensibility of touch. Eye's subject to vision or see. tongue's subject to test. Grants, it means nose subject. Nose subject is smelling. So, these all constructive organs and organization is called the field. So Arjun here, when the Sadguru is telling, this Jivatma, this living being is separate from this field. Because the Jivatma is not, fire is not, water is not, earth is not, senses is not, mind is not, intellect is not, ego. And these are making the three layer. First layer is physical body, second layer is mental body or micro body, and third layer is causal body and or Karan Sharira. These are the three names. Physical body is Sthul Sharira, micro body is the Sukshma Sharira, and causal body is Karan Sharira. They are make a very, very nice house for living a Jivatma, because that is the jail of Jivatma. So, my master says about this body, that is the Bhoot Pangda, the pipe of the Bhuta, it means the living beings. Because if you have no enlightenment or Atma Jnana, you are a Bhuta only, you are Bhuta. Gita is telling, Upanishad is telling, all are telling. Without Atma Jnana, every living being a Bhuta. So, this type of Bhoot Pangda or the pipe of living Jivatma, that is constructed by these five elements, as I say, sky, air, fire, water and earth. And its minute coordination with each other make the physical body. And this construction, the mainly construct the sensory organs, as I described you, the 10 sensory organs, 5 Jnanendriya and 5 Karmendriya, 5 senses of knowing and 5 senses of doing. So my dear friend, every senses of knowing except its sensation, it is the efferent sensation, and the efferent sensation, they make the motor action that is goes in the functional sensory organs, karmendriyas. So all the karmas and all the activities, they perform by the karmendriya. And you think that you are doing, but you are not doing. This is all system is automation. And in the activity of the knowing senses and doing senses, a person, a personality, any being taking the enjoyment, feeling happy, unhappy, that is your antakarna, your inner senses, that is antakarna. And what is antakarna? That apparatus who feel happy and unhappy, good or bad, that is called a micro body. And what is micro body? Micro body is also a micro apparatus which is fit in the physical body, and he is also as a material, but his activity is so fast. As a fan is moving, we think, oh, fan is moving, but nobody knows at the time when the train is going and a person is standing in the platform, he think that his mind was vibrating to see that going train. So this micro body, which is made by the mind, intellect and ego, and mind, intellect and ego, these are not Atma, these are not your soul. They are separate from your soul. So, the stage of the Jiva, the stage of your ignoring condition of yourself, the stage of the Ajnana, the illusion, the mesmerism on you, you think that you are involving in the physical body, you become body conscious, you become mind conscious, you become intellect conscious, you become ego conscious, you become mood conscious. So this consciousness, this false consciousness, this blind consciousness, this mesmerism, this hypnotism is called Ajnana. As I want to give an example, the many glass pieces you put in the sunlight, and every glass piece give the light reflection of the sun, and in every glass piece there is the image of sun. But every glass piece is not sun, because this is only image of sun. So just like the God is like a sun, and every physical body, mental body and causal body is just like a mirror. My dear friend, so the mesmerism is called Ajnana, and the Jiva think that he is Ajnani, he is physical, mental and causal body, he is not a soul almighty, he is not existence. So unknowing of the existence is called Ajnana, and this type of system continuously push his pure consciousness in the impurity of this all being. That is called the field. Now, the different type of the dilemmas, doubts and different type of misunderstandings, these all things create of the life every second, every moment. So the physical body is connected with the micro body, that is called mind, that is called mana. And mana is connected by the intellect to muda, and mood is connected to the ego, and ego is connected to the Ajnana, ignorance and blindness. So this foolishness of the intellect, the pupil thinks they are very wise. Pupils, they are totally unknown by the extreme truth of liberation, but they think they are very, very intelligent or they are very wise. This type of mental stage is called the intellect. And the senses, the special type of the nature and the power and the capacity, it is the only structure. It is not can be used without the mind and intellect. You see in the practical life, many persons, they have very nice eyes, very beautiful eyes, but there is no sight, they are blind. Many persons, they have very nice structure of ear and eardrum, but there is no capacity to hear anything, they are dumb, deaf. So this type of the presence of the nose is very beautiful, but there is no power of smelling or analyzing smell. So this type of structure of the sensory organs, they are not sufficient as the person is suffering from phallus, he cannot feel the touch. My dear friends, this type of 10 senses, the 10 types of inefficiency, and you can see there is a many type of diseases occurs in these 10 senses. So in the medical science, there is the 10 departments of the 10 senses also. ENT, digestive system expert, and others. But in the spiritual science, the Sadguru Master is also a specialist doctor of the microbody and causal body. So the sensory organs' power to sense, evaluating and analyzing of the sense and giving you the result and the experience, that is called Tanmatra. So the Tanmatra collect and goes to a special type of the apparatus that is called a mind. So the mind is the mana is the king of the sensory organs. And what they do, the sensory organs, they produce different type of experience, and they experience accumulation in the microbody, that is called the sanskara, the previous birth sanskaras, impression of the previous birth, that is called the accumulation karmas, sanchit karmas, and that is the feedback of the sensory organs. My dear friends, this subject is some hard. Please listen carefully, and you can be getting bored because it is very hard subject. There is no any laugh, there is no any light talks. So the feedback of the sensory organs transmission each other, as we described, that the sky is responsible for sound, the taste is responsible in tongue, the touch in the skin, and the vision in the eyes, and the juice of taste, it is the taste words in the tongue and the odoma in the nose. So this type of the network, that is the not so clear, that is avyakta, that is hidden, and general person cannot understand. The general person cannot understand this type of network. He only understand about the physically the macro. do not understand the micro. My dear friend, now we are coming from intellect to mood. Before we come to intellect to mood, we want to say that the mood and ego, they are joined with the intellect. So the intellect is the bridge of mood and ego. And the enlightened person says often that intellect is the wife of the mind. As a wife govern a husband, as a wife control the husband, that the mind is controlled in the intellect tricks. Because the mind is made by the two types of thoughts, the sankalpa and vikalpa. The sankalpa is the thoughts coming as it is, and vikalpa, thoughts chosen by the intellect. Sankalpa and vikalpa, these are the two parts of the mind, constructive part of the mind, and mind only constructed by the thoughts. There is no thoughts, there is no mind. So the thoughts create the mind, the thoughts construct the mind, the sankalpa and vikalpa construct the mind. My dear friends, these sankalpa and vikalpa, these are comes from the feedback of the sensory organs. And they create a mesmeric illusion in the mind. They create a thunder, they create a sparking, they create very, very big disbalance. In this crowd of thoughts, the intellect choose some thoughts which is her choice. She choose the thoughts of her choice. So that choosing makes a special mechanism, and this mechanism is sometimes be cleverness, sometimes be this mechanism in the way of living, sometimes this mechanism of intellect may be the violence, the anger, the greediness, and many, many bunch of conditions. Now, we are coming in the mood. The mood has his conditions. They are unstable. The mood has his condition. They are unstable, like a leaf of a plant which is moving in the wind. Instability. So the chitta, the mood, demand his own desires, his own hungers, his own thirsty, his own demands of the vasana, and which is demand is strong. The chitta's demand is strong. Then what is happening? The mind and intellect do in the favor of the mood, and other stream of the thoughts and other stream of the desires and many, many things, they go in the subconscious mind. As a person, nothing throw outside of his home. He everything put in the storeroom, even the broken toys, old tires, old clothes. This type, the subconscious mind collect things and some things they go in the unconscious mind. So this type of three structure of chitta, accumulation and collect your all the wishes, your all the desires, your all the hungers, your all the sensory experiences, and your impression of your millions birth, pain and pleasure experiences. Now, the chitta, the mood, accept any type of activity, the mind and intellect obey and do that. So, we want to describe what is the mood. The mood is the structure which has the impressions in the form of the film or videos inside. The basic structure of the mood is very, very hidden. Nobody knows, and it is completely invisible. You cannot know even your mind, you cannot know even your intellect. Why can you know your mood? Without the Sadguru, you cannot know these things. Because the chitta is completely difficult to understand. Only some predictions and the conditions comes times to time, you can see the flesh of the chitta. Because the senses is not micro, the mind is micro than senses, the intellect is micro than mind, and the mood is micro than intellect. So it is very keen and it is very micro, it is very hidden, it is very unexposed. So it is not available in the range of the intellect. Chitta is never comes in the range of intellect. The main thing is that, so person is so blind, the person is so ignored, the person is so fool, the person is so mad because they do not know about their chitta. The father of these all things, that is called ego. The ego is the last step of the illusion. Ego is not a soul. Ego is not immortal. Ego is the misunderstanding of the soul in the pride of presence of ego. The most of persons, they think that ego is their soul. And the ego is most hidden, microest structure, because the after ego there is only one bridge must be break, that is called ajnana. So time to time the ego comes out. When the ego hurts, then you can see. Because what is the ego? Ego is a vibhrama, ego is a misunderstanding, ego is a miraculous hypnotic condition. He looks like yours, but it is not yours. So the total life of a person is spent to care of the ego, nourish of the ego, save of the ego, And that is the basically mistake of a blind person. He is completely conscious to the ego. He is not conscious to the real knowledge of enlightenment and immortality. And he is rejecting the nectar and selecting the poison of ego. So ego is a very hard shell. Ego is a very big stone. It is very, very hard to conquer, and it is a continuously changeable power. He has made his structure himself. He has made his coatings and the shell himself. Ego is the most difficult than all these knowing the mind, intellect and mood. Because the main ego has a many weapons and many tricks and many technology. He want to do one thing. He push jiva into the world. He push jiva into the senses. He push jiva into the mind. He push jiva into the intellect. He push jiva in the mood changeable condition. He push jiva all the time in the outside. He never stand the jiva inside or the meditation or seeing inside the real form of his atma, his soul, purest soul, that is existence. He never give the chance to jiva in all the life and millions of the life. So the collective efforts of these all things, and there is a one big factor, the grandfather of these all things, that is called ajnana, that is called unknowing, that is called blindness, that is called the most powerful form of the Maya's mesmerism, that is ajnana. So my dear friends, the ego has the many sedative injections. He can inject any drug inside of jiva and jiva become mad. He can be spoil his life by a meaningless subject. He can spoil his life for a meaningless desire. He can spoil his life for a meaningless word. He can spoil his life for the others, for the sensory organs, hunger, for the mind stick, for the intellect, conspiracy, for the changing of the mood. He think that he is changing. So that is Jivatma is puzzled with this structure, and he is only a coma, live in the coma of the Maya. He do not become the field knower. So the field knower is better than the unconscious condition in the Maya. My dear friends, you cannot know these facts without the help of the Sadguru. Because the Sadguru, only the person, can evoke you from this type of the great illusionary mesmerism of the coma. And so Sadguru provide you the instrument of the Sakshi, that Sakshi meditation. It gradually evoke you day by day, and don't care. If you have no possibility of the awaken, and Sadguru is giving something possible to you, so do not make haste. Do not be impatient. Do not want that instinctively you evoke. It will take time, maybe long time or maybe short time. But it is better than nothing to something. If you do not follow the Sakshi meditation, there nothing will be possible in your life. You will push by your ego in the next birth, and now you cannot come out from the death and birth cycle. But it is a possibility with the Sadguru, then he will evoke you, he can push you inside, he can pull you from this type of the muddy and the tar material which there is you are sinking. So Sadguru can pull you out from all the Maya. My dear friends, I love you very much. Thank you to listen this discourse with the carefully, and please listen this discourse again and again. It will be give you the growth in enlightenment. Thank you very much. Thank you.